Hello, guys. My name is Maylikdavis, and I would like to thank everyone for stopping back in at 40 Pieces of Me. I am going to create a project that I've been mentioning on and off, because you always see me pull up these random pieces of mirror. Well, this is the project for these random pieces of mirror that I just had extra mirror left over. If you want, and I know the question will come up, where did I get the mirror from? Well, you actually, if you buy sheets of mirror in your local Lowe's hardware store, I suggest that you call before you go. Not every Lowe's has the cutting machine, but they'll cut it to your specifications. All you have to do is measure it. Now, the mirror is only but so large, so if you're doing something extremely large, then you're going to have to accommodate for that, and it may be a split because it's a lot more expensive at a glass manufacturer that just deals directly with glass. So basically, I needed 2 pieces of mirror for the sides. I needed 3 pieces for the top and the 2 shelves, and then I needed the side mirrors for each. Down at the bottom, still in debate about if I'm going to just leave that spray or if I'm going to try to put mirror on it. We'll see. May have to do something extra because the mirror is not quite as long, and I had this cut probably a couple of months ago, and I started doing everything else and didn't get it done. You're going to need a caulking gun, and I will be honest with you, I'm not really that good with this caulking gun. It seems like it's extremely hard, but we know that I'm going to push through. And instead of spraying the silver to have everything coincide, I'm actually going to try something different. I'm going to spray all of this gold, and the tops gold. Just going to see where that goes. If I don't like it, I can always spray back over it, so it's no biggie. I also have my glue gun plugged up, as you can see. I quite often always say I want a quick stick. This is for the permanent stick to give it time to mold and stick together. But that glue gun is going to give it the quick stick so that I don't have to worry about a piece of glass falling off or I didn't secure it enough. So that's what that's for. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to step outside. We all know that everyone pretty much knows how to spray paint. I'm going to just spray these edges, and I'm going to spray the tops. I'm going to let it dry. Then I'm going to come back to you, and we're going to start our project. So stick with me, guys. I'm trying to make this as quick as possible, and I don't think this will be a long video. Okay, so just so you know where we're at, I have sprayed the edges. I've sprayed the edges around here and in the front, and I've sprayed the top part so you won't be able to, so it'll reflect when the mirror is here, it'll reflect, the gold will reflect down in the mirror, and it won't be just the wood. I will tell you, if you're using this type of stand, and you may not use a old cheap stand like this, if you're using this type of stand, it's sort of rough in the edges. So when I first started spraying, I was like, wait a minute, I can't see. So I use like a bronze spray paint as a primer, and then I went back over it with the metallic gold. But as you can see, I've already added this on the top, and I think that having the glue gun is a really good quick stick for it. As I stated, I have the worst time. This is my first time ever using a caulking gun for anything. And what I actually use, this is not caulk. This is mirror and marble granite. This is for mirror and marble and granite. Some type of adhesive. So it was supposed to be really, really good. It wasn't expensive. I got it out of Lowe's. But I just have to work on this caulking gun, because it will tighten up on you. Probably just, I don't know what I'm doing, and always wanting to be super and it'll go do something. So that's basically what that is. So I'm going to loosen it up. I've just been getting enough to actually, and it's really, really tight this time. Okay, so I put some in there, and I want to tell y'all what I think has actually occurred. I think because I first initially tried to see if I could work that caulking gun, and I did it a while ago. I'm back, and I have to tell you this. I know this is supposed to be a very, very short video, but sometimes things happen, and we have to just break the process. So let me tell you this. I've already attached the top mirror, and I've already attached the second shelf mirror. So we have those two already done, and we have those two that were done for a reason. With this caulking gun, I want to tell you, I put this gun on this caulk a couple of months ago. Me not knowing anything about caulk, I didn't realize, okay, it had actually got stuck. So I was having the hardest time. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was about to end this video and just say, I'll do it another time. And I was just going to be defeated. That's what I was going to do, because I was so frustrated with it. But it happened for a reason. It happened for the reason for me to not become discouraged and not let the devil take over what I was trying to do. So as you can see, I have cut that open. I took some wire cutters and I cut that open. And this is going to be, well, not messy as far as me touching it, but this is just not the process that I was going to use. It's not as simple as I thought it was. Doesn't mean it's not going to be simple for you, because you're not going to take a caulk gun and put it in there and think you can come back and use it months later. So that's just not the way it happens. So right now, what I'm doing, even if I have to get a paper towel and get it out and put it on there, I will finish with this project today. So I had to let you know, sometimes the enemy will show up and just see how quick you're going to be to give up. And guess what? Not in my house, not today, enemy. So I wanted to share that with you. So as you can see, I am putting this on here. And what I'm going to do, as I started, I was even having a hard time with this glue gun. And it's still not wanting to do what it's supposed to do. So for some reason, this must gonna turn out absolutely fabulous, because it's trying to give me problems. But on this Saturday before Mother's Day, I will go ahead and advise you, I will not be defeated. I will not be defeated. So as you can see, I'm doing the actual, and I think I just need to clean this glue gun. This glue gun has not been a success. We all know the issues that I have with glue guns, but it's going to be enough to give me that quick stick that I need. So we'll go ahead and add this last mirror. Yeah, the devil thought he was winning today. Not in my house, he's not winning. So, using that glue gun, it immediately, of course, hardens, and I'm not having to fight with it or find clamps to actually hold it in place. So, I have the 3 installed on the top so far. We have those done. And so now what we're going to do, we're going to do the insides. Excuse me. Now what we're going to do the insides. And once we do the insides, then we'll lay it over and put the large ones on there. I was determined I was not going to be defeated today. For the insides, I'm just going to grab me the seat and work from down here. Turn it a little bit. Okay, I just wanted to make sure you guys can still see. And I was going to share a piece, my last entry from my journal. And one of, I had two regular or two family members that's here every single time we do a video. And they both said, don't do it. One said, because I made the remark about I'm not really worried about anyone stealing this particular. So I'm just going to work while I'm sharing this with you because I want you guys to be a part of that process. I made the remark about I'm not really worried about anybody stealing that because of what it was. Well, what it was that I was going to, and as a matter of fact, what we're going to do, we're going to lay this down. And we're going to go from there. But what it actually was that I was going to share with you, and what made me really want to share it is because we know that suicide right now, yeah, you didn't know it was going this route, but yeah, we know right now that suicide is at an all-time high. We're all aware of that. The last entry, so I'll just tell you guys about it because two of our family members, they really just were against it and said, you know, your book will come out and you work too hard, and which is true. And it's funny how I'm very trusting with our family here, but we know sometimes things can be disguised and not everybody is always happy for you. So, as I stated, suicide is at an all-time high right now. And whether we want to admit it or not, wait a minute, let's see here. I am having a time, but that is okay. We will make it through. Whether we want to admit it or not, suicide happens. And I'll just be honest, a couple of years ago, or for a lot of time, a long time. Okay, so if it's a problem today that could happen, it's happening to me. I guess I didn't measure enough to give myself a little small space where this was going to be under it. So now I've gotten these two mirrors, and of course you saw me put the adhesive there. So I have these two mirrors where they just wedged in there because it's so tight. So now this is where we're going to do a DIY and a possibility that something may not work or something may go wrong. So as you can see, I already have the two mirrors in the sides right here. But now the thing is going to be to get these wedged in over here. So how I was all worried about this caulk, we may not even need the caulk because that's just how hard it is to wedge them in there. So I thought that maybe because we run into problems doing DIYs sometimes, and that's just being honest. So I am going to still record with me wedging these in here. Let's pray together that it doesn't crack in my hand. Because I'm going to tell you, this is a tight fit. So I would encourage you, if you're doing it, make sure that you give yourself that little space. So basically, you're seeing me struggle, but it's okay, because I don't ever want you to think that I got it all together and I'm superwoman and, oh, all her projects turn out good. Well, no, this is a prime example. Today, I'm catching HELL with this. But, you know, I'm going to push forward because I feel like the enemy doesn't want me to share with you all what I'm going to share with you. I was saying in that other video, and as you can see, I am struggling. I'm gonna turn it this way so you can see how much I have to get in there. I've gotten a couple mirror shavings, so the last thing I'm gonna do is get up off this floor and actually walk around without my shoes on. I'm going to have to vacuum. And I cracked. Something cracked. We're gonna see what that was that cracked. But yeah, I'm catching it today. Luckily, I got an extra piece. But in regards to me getting that up off of there, I just don't know how that I'm gonna be able to do that. But I'm still pushing through. And that crack in the inside of them, it's not even a crack on the outside. So I'm still trying to see how we're gonna do this. When DIYs go wrong, baby. But I'm gonna keep on pushing because I'm gonna share this story with you guys. I'm determined to. Even through cracked mirror, because we said these are the pieces of me. So we just gonna keep on pushing. And I know sometimes somebody's gonna say, well, I couldn't see what you were doing. Well, I would hope you would be able to see how much problems I'm having and understand it's not intentionally that you can't see what I'm doing. So we know we didn't need it, and I'm gonna be honest, yours won't crack like mine did because I didn't have it measured. I didn't give myself that same little edge. So that's the problem right there that we experience with that. We have a crack. Let me take it off so you guys can actually see this. I always want to be fair with my family. You see how it actually cracked right there? But it's cracked inside of it. And I'm going to tell you, I'm just going to put something on top of that. Maybe one day I'll take it back out. But today is not going to be that day. So basically, that's how that worked. I'm going to struggle and try to get this other one on there. Pray it won't crack, but if it does, that's what God intended. I think the most important thing that I'm going to give you this message. And what this message is, look how smooth that one went in there. Wow. Okay. So we have that in there, but we have 2 more mirrors to go. I know y'all thinking this girl is all over the place today. And I am, because I was not expecting that. So I have a paper towel. Look how funny it is. I didn't even have to use Caulk or the glue gun for that because both of them were giving me a time. So let's get to now, since we know how the rest of this is going to work. I need to get this paper towel and just brush all of this off. Since I have a cracked mirror. But it's okay. It's okay for me. I can disguise it and nobody will ever know. So I'm going to take this back off so that I can show you guys how it is. And let's come down here to our imperfection. But yeah, you see how that is. So now what we're going to do the side mirrors. And we're going to see if I'm going to put a mirror down at the very bottom. So that's where we'll go at now. I'm just going to lay this down. Okay. So we have that laid down. You guys have a very good view of it. And now let's get to work on this part. Yeah, that was just a lot. I'm in a sweat now, but I'm not going to stop doing my work today. I'm going to keep on going because that's what it was meant to be, to distract me. So I'm just going to brush this over here. Thank you guys for sticking with me through the good and the bad. But the message that the enemy didn't want told today is what I was going to share with you guys was the last piece to my journal. The last thing that I wrote. Okay, once again, I am back. What I will tell you is I had become so frustrated with this particular project that I almost took this to the dumpster. We're gonna be honest about it, because it seems like anything that could go wrong, it kept going wrong. We know I was having issues with this caulk, with this adhesive. You see how I had to cut it open, and it was just a mess. So let's just be honest about it. So what I'm actually doing, like I showed earlier, I have a paintbrush, and I am actually just getting it out with a paintbrush, so that I'm trying my best to finish this project. I put the mirror on the other side, and I've even put a little bling on it because I was just to the point where I was absolutely hating this particular project. So I'm thinking it's gonna turn out really well because it has given me a struggle, and that's just what I'll say. It's just been a complete struggle. So I am trying to just get this on here as best possible. The other sides are very, very secure and sturdy. So in using it and the hot, using it and if y'all could actually see how I'm struggling to get this out of here, it's actually funny because I'm determined that I'm going to complete this project, and that's just the bottom line. So what I want to do is I'm doing these two down here. I'm using the glue gun to get a quick stick, and then the adhesive can dry. So that's basically what I'm doing. You know, and I just honestly think, because I had something that I really, really wanted to share with you guys, that I just kept on running into roadblocks. But it's okay because I'm still going to be able, it's okay because I'm still going to be able to share it with you. So that was the extra glue. So now we're going to flip it over and do the other side. And I know y'all are thinking like, gosh, she looks an absolute mess. But yeah, this is called real life. And when we not gonna pretend, yeah, that's what this is. This is real life. This is how I chose to look on my Saturday, and yeah, it's working for me. So what I'm gonna do while I have this up, because I have did some blinging, I am going to just go ahead and complete it. Complete this portion. I have two different types of bling on here. And so we can get to where we were at earlier. Where we were at earlier, we were actually speaking about what my last entry was in my journal. And as I was telling you that right now with suicide being at an all-time high, I think it's okay for us to talk about certain things. So I'll say this in advance so no one will get all spooked out and weird, and weirded out and thinking, oh God, she's not okay. No, I'm okay. I always like to be honest with people because the conversation comes up, and my past is not anything that I fear or that I'm scared of. My past gave me character. My past turned me into who I am today, and I'm not the best person. I don't have life all together. I'm not the wealthiest person, but what I will tell you is that I'm stable and I have direction, and I know where I'm going or where I want to go. And I basically know how I am going to get there. But it has not always been like that in the past. Years ago, I dealt a lot. Ever since I've been a teenager, I dealt a lot with suicide issues. I thank God every day when I come across a problem that I am no longer that person. I have not dealt with an issue of suicide since 2009. So 2009 is the last time I dealt with that. And I promised myself at that particular time, if God saw enough in me to allow me to be able to walk away from that, and wake up from a feeling that I was having, then I would no longer be that person. And I went that morning. It was on a Saturday night, and I went that morning on Sunday, and I went to the nearest church, and I gave my life to Christ. And I'm happy to say, I won't say that that's the answer for everybody, but that was the answer for me. And it seems like since then, he has saw me through. So I decided not to post the last entry because of good advice that I got from some of our family. But I will share with you what that last entry is, and I hope that you will stick with me and you'll go on that journey when my book is released. The last entry was in 2009. I actually was so depressed that I wrote my obituary. That was just it. I didn't want to do the thing called life anymore. And I wrote my obituary, and it alarmed some of my friends. And I've always been a real frank and upfront person, like, oh yeah, well, death happens. And that was how I explained it to them. Well, I'm not that person I was back then. So the great thing about it is I no longer have those issues. Not to say they can't ever come back, but at this time, I no longer have those issues. So my last entry was my eulogy. My eulogy is the first thing that you will run across when you read my daily journal that I had compiled for years. It's going to be my eulogy. But it's not a sad eulogy. It's actually thanking God for everything that he's done for me. It's thanking God that I no longer have those issues that I had then. It's thanking him for allowing me to be who I am now, and asking him, just when that day does come, I want him to be able, and you see I put all this bling right here. We'll see how it turns out. It may not be fabulous for you, but it's going to work for me because I put in a lot of work on this with this caulking gun and this caulk, and I'm just destroyed behind this today. But back to the subject at hand. I just wanted to give him praise, and it was just saying that death doesn't have to be a bad thing. When we've lived our lives and we've treated people in a certain manner, when you do close your eyes and you know that you've treated people every day like you're supposed to have treated them, then you have no regrets and know that he has prepared a seat at the table for us. And be happy and rejoice and love people now, so that you don't have to feel guilty if somebody passes away. And when you do pass away, you know that that is going to be something that you have lived your life in such a way that your loved ones, they'll hurt because they'll miss you, but you have no regrets. So, me telling you can't be anything at all like you actually reading it. But like I stated, by mid-June or the end of June, I should actually be published. So just a reminder, I know some people are going through some things. Some of our mothers are not with us. My mom is still living, but I'm sort of estranged from my mom. But I'm okay with it, and we've made peace. We just don't have a lot of contact. So with tomorrow being Mother's Day, I just want to say to y'all, if we love each other like we are supposed to love each other, then we don't have to have any regrets or feel that we haven't treated one another like we should have. So tonight is, and maybe it's something that you were already thinking about, but tonight is the opportunity for you to actually, if you haven't did so, or you've been a little mean-spirited towards someone, tonight is your chance that you can wake up in the morning and you can actually get it right. You've had a reminder. So with this reminder, now you know, okay, well, maybe if I haven't did what I should do, this is my opportunity to get it done. I encourage you to do so. Let's treat each other how we desire for someone else to treat us. So when you normally see this, you'll see someone put a lot of clamps and things of that nature in it. But because I have used the glue gun, I am not going to have to do that, because the glue gun is going to give it that stick that it needs. If anything, I'll turn it over so that it'll have the weight on it. But it worked out really well. So now all I'm going to do is just bling this out. I've used that bling sticker. That's what I use here. But I'm going to go through and use a different bling on this. Just, yeah, it's all sparkly, but we've learned that about me now.
Okay, my love bugs. If I have ever did anything that was complicated, know that it was this particular project right here. Now, it wasn't that the project was a hard project. It was a project that I ran into problem after problem after problem. But as we know, 40 pieces of me here in this storefront, we are always going to push through. So as you can see, I would like to get up close on this part. It's where I blinged it out, but I wanted you to see I used two different types of bling. I used a bling sticker, but I also used like a bling floral wrap. And the camera is reflecting it and making it appear that it's like two different colors, but it actually came out the same, because once I used the floral wrap, of course, I go back over it with the Mod with the, what is it, Mod Pod, or yeah, whatever that is. I go back over it and I add glitter to it. So I am really pleased with the finished result. And remember, we had that crack down there. You can't even see that crack because I just threw that little nifty green vase that would coincide with the green in the living room that I've been adding. And it turned out really, really well. I'm extremely proud. My first time doing a mirror item. It just didn't go as quickly as some of the ones that I've saw on YouTube. So hands up to anybody who's done any type of mirror furniture. I've been saying I'm going to make a coffee table. I'm thinking twice unless God pushes me into that direction. These cuties on the top, I actually showed these in an earlier video where it was showing my finds and blessings. Well, I sprayed them. One in person looks almost like a bronze, and the other is gold. And then I did like a deep chocolate. So I'm very, very pleased with the end result. I want to say happy Mother's Day to all of the wonderful mothers out there for everything that you do. It does not go unnoticed. So we definitely want to make sure that you know that you are appreciated. Um, and I want to say about this particular project. Sometimes we start hearing extremely loud voices that are going to tell us that we are not great. It is not up to you to change who you are in order to not hear those voices or to believe those voices. It's up to you to remove those voices out of your circle so that you can start hearing the ones that will tell you how absolutely wonderful you are. God would never ever take a gift from us, but our time to maximize on that gift, it will eventually expire. So I just keep on telling you, as well as I tell myself every day, know that there's always a possibility. I believe in possibilities, and I believe in each and every one of you guys. Thank you once again for stopping in at 40 Pieces of Me. My name is Maylik Davis, and I want to wish all the mothers out there a happy Mother's Day, and know that I love you to pieces. Remember to hit the subscribe button. Remember to tell a friend about me. Hit the alarm, the bell, so that you continue to get alerts on when 40 Pieces of Me is doing something new. Love you guys. Have a beautiful day.